This is the most important conflict of our time. All of our modes of transportation trains, boats, planes, cars, the way we produce our food, and the way we build our cities almost everything we do releases carbon dioxide into our atmosphere, and that leads to climate change. The polar ice caps will start to melt, leading to sea level rise. There will be more dangerous weather patterns like droughts, floods, and wildfires. This is all happening now. Climate change is a real and serious issue. It has been documented it has been 1.2 to 1.4 degrees warmer in just the last century. 97% of the scientists believe it is a human tendency. Although fossil fuels do lead us to many advances, it also means we have increased our consumption of natural resources, which in turns mean we have increased our rates of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. Modern activities override the level of natural emissions because we have stepped on our demands. The biggest victim is the oceans. Oceans provide 50% of our Earth's oxygen. Climate change has increased the ocean's temperature by more than 0.3 degrees since 1969. Although warmer oceans may seem okay to us, it has horrifying results for supporting life at sea. One of the major consequences is ocean acidification, which is a direct effect of increased dissolved CO2. Since the 18th century, ocean acidification has increased by 30%. Higher acid means hurting animals like oysters, clams, and even corals. In the last 30 years, 50% of those coral reefs have been lost from the warming of oceans. So by losing coral reefs, it will be causing a rippling effect. Oceans absorb 1/3 of CO2, making it a stabilizing course of climate change. The oceans cannot keep up with the rapid rate of carbon dioxide emissions. Climate change will also cause the sea level to rise. In the last century, it has risen 6.7 inches, but the rate in the last decade has nearly doubled. Sea levels have been risen because the ocean gets warmer. It swells. On top of that, glaciers and ice sheets are melting. Since 1944, from the Earth, each year we have lost 400 billion tons of glaciers. When all of that ice melts, it fills up our ocean shores that can't hold the water, and coastal regions soon get flooded. If we're going to fight this proportionally, then we have to know how to start. Most of our economies function by fossil fuels, which is coal, oil, and gases. Oil handles most of our transportation system. Coal and natural gases power most of the electricity. There is no such thing as clean fossil fuels. So what's holding our Congress behind? The Koch Industries is one of the largest privately held fossil fuel industries in the world, and so much is being done to protect that wealth. James Inhofe is one of the most prominent climate change deniers and is the chairman of the Senate. May come as a shock, but James Inhofe is one of the largest recipients of fossil fuel money in the U.S. at $1 billion. Fossil fuel industries have bought our House of Representatives and Senate environment committees. We can't get a climate bill past our Congress because it is controlled by fossil fuel-funded climate change deniers. The only thing we can do is control what we do next, and how we use our vote to show rulers that we know the effect of climate change. We're holding the earth in our hands, and we and all living things we perish are history unless we take action.